Hey guys, so today's video is on Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is a world famous musician, performer, artist, and she has 24 million followers on Instagram. Lady Gaga has been in the news a lot for her weight gains and weight losses, and she has spoken up about mental health, but she has not made the connection of how vital the proper nutrition is to our mental health. Our bodies need enough carbohydrate calories on a daily basis, and from articles I've found, Lady Gaga has been going through some extreme diets over the last few years, and her bulimia and anorexia can be traced all the way back to high school. In 2009, she was hospitalized 6 times for her extreme dieting. That's what her former manager opened up to the news outlets about. The fact that Lady Gaga is still yo-yo dieting today tells me that she has not found a cure. She has not found a solution yet to maintaining a stable, healthy weight. Her nutritionists and trainers say that her diet focuses on lean protein consumption, low glycemic carbs, healthy fats and fiber, and sugar-free beverages. And in response to this, I just have to say this is all wrong. The focus on lean protein, healthy fats, sugar-free beverages, this is just the wrong thing. This is not going to lead Lady Gaga to having positive, long-term results that she's looking for. This is definitely not a healthy or a long-term sustainable diet. This is not going to make Lady Gaga feel her best. She's going to be prone to binging out, as is later recorded. People say she binges out, and then what she does is she'll restrict her calories so she won't eat until she goes back down to the weight she desired to be at. And I have been through something really similar to this. This sounds exactly like the bulimia and anorexia that I struggled with for so many years. It started off as a cheat meal, and it was one cheat meal every week. And at first, like I said, I didn't even need that cheat meal in a week. But then as the weeks went on, I started wanting that cheat meal. And then I started dreaming about that cheat meal, wanting it every single day, wanting it at every single meal. That's your body's response to it having its calories limited so severely. Lady Gaga needs to consume more carbohydrate calories. You can't sustain a low-calorie diet like the one Lady Gaga is on because your body just needs more calories than that to function. And when you're not providing your body with those calories, when you're forcibly restricting those calories from your diet, you're just going to end up binging out. So her trainer says that the way that Lady Gaga lost 25 pounds in 5 months was by following a clean diet and consuming a few daily pills. He calls these pills natural weight loss pills. When we can safely assume what these pills might be, and that would be either some kind of thyroid stimulants, which would increase your metabolism artificially. There's nothing natural about this. Or they would be laxatives, and laxatives have been really popular in the weight loss scene. People these days are dependent on both thyroid medication and laxatives to maintain fast metabolisms, and the problem with this is that eventually the thyroid completely shuts down and it becomes unable to function at all without these medications. The laxatives, same thing. As this laxative abuse goes on, the body becomes less and less able to properly function without laxatives. And we can see the same kind of laxative abuse in models such as Kendall Jenner, who I recently also made a video about, in which I talked about how she had gone from consuming her detox teas, which is just a laxative tea, from once a day to slowly coming all the way up to 12 cups of tea a day. And you can imagine how stressful that is for the colon which is constantly having to be contracted to keep sending all of what she consumes out of her system as soon as possible. And this is how so many women end up destroying their bodies. Her trainer says that Lady Gaga took control of her sluggish metabolism and turned her body into a fat burning machine. Well, no, she didn't do that. She just abused stimulants to achieve the weight loss she was looking for in the unhealthiest way imaginable. At the same time, Lady Gaga has been smoking and drinking coffee to suppress her appetite, speed up her metabolism, and then when these strategies for weight loss become ineffective in the long term, she just blames the carbohydrates. She blames the pizza and the pasta, even though it's not really those that have caused this weight gain. It's the fact that Lady Gaga has been abusing her body for years. So it's well known by now and documented in many online outlets, many magazines, that Lady Gaga followed a 1,500 calorie diet. 1,500 calories in a day. That's not even close to enough for a child, much less for a grown woman who lives such an active lifestyle, who lives in such a high stress environment where her work is physical and creatively demanding, and honestly, no matter what your level of activity is in a day, 1,500 calories is just not going to be enough for you. You need to consume at least 2,500 calories a day if you want to have a properly functioning body and to have enough energy to actually do the things you want to do with your life. Her diet also offers her 2 flexible dieting days. Flexible dieting in this case means that Lady Gaga gets to eat whatever she wants for 2 days a week, so long as she keeps those days under 1,500 calories. And again, this is reminiscent of the Atkins diet, in which he told his patients to basically consume all of the highest fat, highest protein, most unhealthy foods they could, just so long as they kept their calories low enough. They would still be losing weight. No one mentions the fact that they are clogging their arteries with cholesterol and fat and making themselves prone to heart attacks and all other death-causing diseases in humans. But nobody really even cares about that to begin with. So 7 days out of the week, Lady Gaga is restricting her calories severely to 1,500 calories. 5 days a week, Lady Gaga does intense workouts. I'm not really sure what these workouts entail, but she does mention that she does a lot of hot yoga, which again is not a good form of exercise because it just dehydrates your body. And yeah, it feels nice to be in a sauna-like environment and stretchy, and I understand that, but the reason why she does hot yoga is because you sweat in it, and there's this fallacious idea out in popular media that hot yoga is going to create long-term weight loss in people, and it's just not. It just dehydrates the body. It just gets rid of water weight. It's not sustainable. It's not healthy, and this is probably how Lady Gaga ended up hospitalized 6 times in 2009, and I don't know how many times it's been since then. Anyway, back to the diet. So, Lady Gaga's also consuming all these weight loss products like smokes and coffee and her laxative and thyroid medications, and it's just all of these things that Lady Gaga doing to her body are just affecting her in such a negative way. And the problem with this is that Lady Gaga's not just doing this to herself, but she is encouraging so many people to do the same, because when you're a public figure, you're automatically a role model. And when you're a role model, people are going to be copying what you do. People are going to look to you for advice. And especially when these articles are being written praising Lady Gaga's weight loss, no matter what the method was to achieve it, people are going to copy this, and people are going to adopt the same bad habits in their lives. And Lady Gaga is just thrashing at her metabolism, destroying her body, and the final result for people like Lady Gaga who follow these extreme diets is most often that they just end up with a completely thrashed metabolism that can no longer fulfill its function. They end up completely dependent on medications and pills for the rest of their lives, and it's not a pretty picture. One thing that amazes me is that Lady Gaga speaks up a little for mental health. And of course, that is great. That's super amazing to see. But the part that surprises me is that she does not make the connection between mental health and diet. She, mentions how she used to struggle with insecurity and how obviously now she's struggling with her weight. And And she lives in this world where it's so cutthroat. You know, if you're not a certain size, you're getting scrutinized. And that's the unfortunate reality. That's how the world is. But it just blows my mind that all of this can be completely avoided by living a healthy lifestyle, by making health your priority. You know, you don't have to struggle with bulimia or anorexia or this crash dieting nonsense. You don't have to go through these days where you diet ferociously, destroying your body, and then binge out later, or, you know, where you binge out and then to make up for having binged out, you end up having to restrict your calories, basically starve yourself for days. Instead of all of that, you can just eat a high carbohydrate, low fat, low protein diet, which is going to be plant-based, and that way you can achieve the results that you're looking for long term without any struggle, without any inconvenience, without the pain and the suffering that comes from conventional dieting. I used to be anorexic and bulimic in high school. I can completely relate to what Lady Gaga is going through. I just wanted to be skinny, and the same way that Lady Gaga just wants to be skinny, you know, and we both consume these crazy diets. You know, she mentions how at one point she was eating just boiled eggs and spinach, you know, and how she'd be eating a salad and dreaming of a cheeseburger, and just all of this nonsense is just completely unnecessary. No one needs to go through this. You can just consume a abundant diet of high carb, low fat vegan foods. You can have the sweetest of fruits you can imagine. You don't need to restrict your carbohydrate intake ever. The only things that you want to restrict if you want to lose weight are fat and protein, because fat and protein are anabolic. They are bodybuilding foods. So if you want to get bigger, consume more fat and protein, but if you want to lose weight, stay away from that stuff. You don't need to restrict your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are good. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel source for the human body. Fat and protein, on the other hand, cause inflammation and bloating, which is not what you want, which is not going to make you look or feel good. Stop destroying your metabolism. Get off of these destructive diets and start to heal your body. If you do have any other questions or comments, let me know. Leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. And give me a thumbs up if you want to see more of them. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.